Hello everyone and welcome back to my playlist of pharmacology. We are studying this from Lippencott Pharma, and today's topic is going to be one of the GI drugs, laxatives. Now this is in principle opposite of antidiarrheals. So if you have to stop diarrhea, you use antidiarrheals, and if for some reason you have to induce diarrhea-like situation, this is what we call use of laxatives. So for example, if somebody is severely constipated, you would now like to increase the bowel activity, you would now like to increase the fluid content in the GI tract. Therefore, you will use the laxatives. Or if somebody has very hard stools, so you would like to, and they are stuck in rectum, for example, so you would like to use either stool softeners, ताकि ये stools नरम हो and they are easily evacuated, or you would like to use some lubricants so that hard stools are easily passed out of the anal opening. So everything will make sense and it is very conceptual. So let's start our discussion on laxatives. So laxatives are less commonly used in the treatment for, not less commonly, they are commonly used in the treatment of constipation. For the same reason that I just told you, because they accelerate the motility of the bowel, they soften the stool, and they also increase the frequency of the bowel movement. So all efforts are directed towards evacuating the GI tract ताकि feces बाहर आ जाए easily. Now these drugs are classified on the basis of their mechanism of action. So there are different classes. We will go through this table. Laxatives increase the potential for loss of pharmacologic effect of poorly absorbed, delayed acting, extended release, or these are all the different formulations which are available. They may also cause some electrolyte imbalances if they are used for long term, because obviously some class of laxatives will be actually activating some of the channels which will bring about the osmotic change in the GI tract, and therefore some of the laxatives will have the potential to disturb the fluid and electrolyte balance, and that is one of the common side effects of chronic use of laxatives. Now let's go through different classes of laxatives. So there can be stimulants and irritants. These are obviously the ones which are going to increase the motility of the gut, okay, including some very famous Lax, for example, castor oils, Senna. Then there are some called bulk laxatives, and we'll go through all of them one by one. Then there are some saline and osmotic laxatives. What they simply do is they increase the osmotic power within the GI tract. So this then draws in water into the lumen of the GI tract and more stools. Then there are stool softeners. If there are hard stools because of any reason, these are the ones which help the stools to get out. And then there are lubricants. Similar sort of thing. Here the stools are being softened, and here the passage, it will become easy for these stools which are very hard because now they are lubricated. Okay, glycerin and mineral oil, simple lubricants. So let's start our discussion on the first category, which is irritants and stimulants. So first one is Senna. The agent is widely used and it has been very long time ago. इसका बहुत पुराना इस्तेमाल हो रहा है. It's a stimulant laxative. Its active ingredient is a group of sinusoids, a natural complex of anthraquinone glycosides, if you want to remember this. Taken orally, Senna causes evacuation of bowel within 6 to 12 hours. It also causes water and electrolyte secretion into the bowel, and obviously that's one of the reasons how we use these drugs and why we use these drugs. In combination products, a glucosate containing stool softener, it is useful in treating opioid-induced constipation. So Senna has been, historically been used in the treatment of constipation. Then there is bisacodyl, available as a suppository, so you directly insert it from the anal opening, and enteric-coated tablets as well. It's a potent stimulant of colon, and so if it is a stimulant, it will increase the motility of colon. Okay, it can directly act on the nerve fibers which are in the mucosa. So as soon as you insert this suppository in there, the whole large intestine, it's kind of activated. Then castor oil, it's broken down into small intestine to ricinoleic acid and is very irritating to the stomach and promptly increases the peristalsis. It is usually not recommended actually because it's not nicely tolerable by the GI tract. But this is also used as a lubricant, so you should at least be aware of this. Now bulk laxatives include hydrophilic colloids, from indigestible part of fruits and vegetables. So these are not digestible, therefore they are colloids, and they form gels in the large intestine because they are not absorbed, they are not digested. And this gel formation causes water retention and intestinal distension, thereby increasing the peristaltic activity. So imagine something in the colon making large osmotic particles, it draws water in there. They should be used cautiously in patients who are immobile because of their potential for causing intestinal obstruction as well. So it's a very serious complication of using bulk laxatives because they form large colloids. It can simply obstruct the GI tract. Psyllium can reduce the absorption of oral drugs, and administration of other agents should be separated from psyllium by at least 2 hours. Important points, one of the bulk laxative, okay? Then the osmotic and saline laxatives, again the idea is to increase the osmotic power within the GI tract so that water gets in to the lumen. So saline cathartics such as magnesium citrate and magnesium hydroxide, they are non-absorbable salts. So they are not absorbed, they keep on increasing the osmotic potential of the GI tract, and water comes in by osmosis. And this distends the bowel, increasing the intestinal activity and producing defecation in a few hours. So pretty effective. Electrolyte solutions containing PEG, polyethylene glycol, they are used as colonic lavage in order to prepare the colon for endoscopic procedures. So for example, you have to do endoscopy and you need a very nice and clean intestine, right? Or colonoscopy. So you need to get everything out of the colon. So colon should be very clear. So what this is part of the routine procedure for colonoscopy, that you give these patients a heavy dose of these fluids so that they have induced diarrhea, so that their colon is clean and empty, right? Lactulose is a semisynthetic disaccharide sugar that acts as an osmotic laxative as well. That has also been used. It cannot be hydrolyzed by the GI enzyme, therefore it stays in the GI tract and it can cause osmotic diarrhea. Lactulose is used for the treatment of hepatic encephalopathy due to its ability to reduce ammonia levels, but that's a different use of lactulose. Here we are talking about its laxative potential. Then, very easily understandable, there are stool softeners, and you should know a few examples: Ducosate sodium, Ducosate calcium. They soften the stools, okay? And then there are obviously lubricant. That also makes sense, that if you put oil on anything, the friction goes low and the movement becomes easy. So mineral oil, glycerin, easily usable lubricant laxatives, okay? That's all I think about our discussion on laxatives. Next video will focus on, we are left with one at least. So chloride channel activators. Now this drug, lubiprostone, works by activating the chloride channel to increase the fluid secretion to the intestinal lumen. So this basically works like cholera. So in the intestine, if there is Vibrio cholera, it activates the chloride channel. So similarly, these drugs activate the chloride channel and more water comes into the GI tract. Also leads to some electrolyte imbalances because it is interfering with chloride channels. Lubiprostone is used in the treatment of chronic constipation as well as in irritable bowel syndrome, particularly because of tolerance and dependency has not been associated with the drug. So it's pretty well tolerated drug, and the drug-drug interactions are also minimal, right? So now I think that's all about laxatives. I'll see you in the next video very soon.